Hi, today is a weird kind of video because you're going to need a table surface or a bed surface to lie on for these arm series we're about to do. So my recommendation is, if you're at home, obviously, that you'll be doing it on your bed, because I would love for your arm to be dangling down without touching to the floor. We're going to be using a 1 kilogram weight. If you need to use lighter than that, I would suggest you do. You can do it without any weight and you will still get amazing benefits from this. So come along, find yourself what you need, and we're going to take our lying down position to start with our arm off the edge of the table. So I'm just going to be resting my hand underneath my forehead. You could have a pillow, you could put your arm in a different position. Again, everything is about your own comfort. So with the weight here at your side, holding onto the arm, it's going to want to pull your arm down towards the floor. That's the feeling of your arm being drawn out of your socket, giving it a little bit of tractioning. So you don't want to collapse down to the ground. You're still trying to keep your body as level as possible. So from here, we're just going to make a little circle action. So the circle needs to feel like it is happening from the shoulder joint up here, not from the wrist, not from the elbow, not from the weight. So we're just doing a little circling action, and then finding some balanced position, and then we're going to bend the elbow, pulling it right up towards your side, and then lowering it down again. And again, raising the elbow toward the ceiling and then lengthening it down. So part of your challenge is not really on the lifting, but actually on the lowering, that you don't go into the collapse of the arm. So maintaining the height of your shoulder on the front of your body, your collarbones. On the next one, we're going to come back up into that position and maintain the height, and then extend the arm behind, bend the elbow, and then lower the arm down. And again, pulling up from the floor, pushing away, folding at the elbow and returning. So this is amazing work for your upper arm strength and organization into the shoulders. And right now you'll be feeling most of this around your upper arm area, but remember, your arm is fully connected to the back of your body. So this is great work for postural things, so particularly if you are struggling with your shoulders coming forward. From here, we're going to pull and push and hold that arm back behind you, and then from there we're going to raise the arm sideways so it's horizontal with the ground, and then bring it back towards your body, and again opening it out to the side and then bringing it back towards your hip. So you may notice that your palm will change direction. It could be looking down, it could be looking up, it could be rotating as you're doing things. Just let it work out so that you don't create tension in the top of your neck. Last one, to the side, hold it at the side height, and then lower it down towards the ground. And again, opening it out towards the side, and then bringing it back towards the floor. What we're looking for on this movement is that you're not squeezing your neck or winging your shoulder blade, and returning to the mat. These are quite challenging with such a low starting point with your arm, and then bringing it up just to that horizontal line takes effort, and then of course with the weight is even more powerful. By now you should be feeling, oh, thank goodness I didn't use a heavier weight. So we're going to turn onto the side, and again just supporting your head with your hand. We'll have the weight just held with your hand and the elbow just at the side of the body. You could put a little towel underneath your elbow position, or the whole point is to still try and keep that upper arm where it is. We're going to rotate the knuckles down and then rotate the knuckles up. So this one is an amazing exercise for our rotator cuff group. But, you know, we all have a few egos, and sometimes to take that arm back, you'll want to take the whole body back with you or throw yourself out of position. The aim is to really feel the spinning of that upper arm in its socket as you do this movement. So it is not large, it is a very small range, and you do not have to go for very long before you feel the effort, which I'm beginning to feel quite well right now. So maintaining a right angle shape at your arm, we're going to raise the elbow to the ceiling and then lowering it back down. So once that elbow is up, you should see a beautiful line from the elbow down the shoulder across the chest to the underarm on the bottom surface. And again, lift and lower. So these muscles that are being used, as I said, are rotator cuff muscles, and then into our lovely deltoid muscle on the top arm. What you don't want to feel is your neck muscles when you're doing this exercise. Last one there, hold that position and then lengthen your arm towards the ceiling. We're going to turn the palm slightly as you bring it over the top of your head and then bringing it down towards your side again. So when I do arm work like this, I try not to collapse my arm and rest everything. I want to feel the integrity of my arm in its shoulder joint. I want to feel how my muscles and my fascia are working in a continuum. I don't want to feel that I'm collapsed. So I want to feel the strength through the movement at the joint that I'm working, not at other areas of my body. So we have one more time to take it all the way over, and then we're going to maintain that arm up towards the ceiling, and you're going to bend and stretch. So many people want good form through their shoulders and through their arms, and it's very necessary actually, besides aesthetically pleasing, of course. And we'll go for 3 more. I don't really know how many I'm doing, but that's okay. I said 3, so 3 will be enough. And then final one, and then lowering that all the way down. So we're going to turn over now and go towards the other side. So just lying over onto your belly and then walking yourself across to the opposite direction. So as we lie down again, you want to be as close to the edge as possible, but not feeling like you're about to fall off. And you don't want your lower body to be out of position. You still want to feel like you are in straight line motion. So again, letting the weight of that hand lower towards the mat. And from here, we're just going to feel the weight lengthening that arm out of the socket and then just applying maybe 3 or 4 circles in each direction. Just getting a little bit of movement. Now, sometimes we can have some really interesting things happen in the shoulder, and these are really good. This particular movement we're doing right now is really good just to create that little bit of traction. So from here, again, we pull the elbow up and lowering it back down. And again, drawing it up to the side and down toward the floor. So focusing on the fact that the ear and the shoulder are going to stay apart from one another. You're not going to squeeze your neck and shoulder closer as you're raising the elbow. So we'll go for lifting and holding on this one, and then stretching the arm back and bend and return. So of course people could just stay and do the bend and extend, but it's the coordination, the complication of the movement, and letting your brain sort of get involved with what you're doing and being mindful throughout. And we're going to go for our last one and hold this one up, arm lengthened long, and then from there we're going to send the arm sideways and then bringing it back towards your hip and opening it out. It should be in line with your shoulder, not coming over the top of your head on this one. And again, open side. And there is a lot of strength in doing things on a single side. Pay attention to what the rest of your body is wanting to do. You'll notice that the other side of you is going to be pressing down toward the floor to make sure you don't fall off the surface. Hold the arm out and then lower it down to the mat and then raise it towards the side again. And down and up. And just 3 more of these. These ones I know how many I'm doing. We're doing hopefully 5. I say as I'm about to lose count. I'm going to call this one number 4. If it's not, you've got a bonus. And then number 5, and bringing it down. From here, we're going to tilt over again onto your side position. Supporting your head, bending into your knees, and then start with that arm next to the side of your body. So making that right angle shape, and then lowering the forearm and raising the forearm. So the rotation of the movement is here at the shoulder joint. We are internally rotating down and we are externally rotating up. And again, as I say, if you do this with the right form and function, it does not take long for those muscles to really start to feel it. I'm going for another 2 because we definitely did more than 5 on the opposite arm. And then holding the shape and then raising the elbow toward the ceiling and bringing it down. So again, these are exercises that are so good for us, but they can be done so incredibly not well. So we want to make sure again that this neck area here is not troublesome for you. If it is, you've got to take the weight away, or you've got to focus on your form a little bit better. Last one, we're going to take it up and then hold it there, raise the arm ceiling height, and then it's going to go over the ear and down towards the side. So as we're doing that, it's a gentle movement. The weight adds a lot to this motion, especially when you're bringing it over the top. It's going to want to drop like a heavy weight down to the floor, but you've got to control that, and that's part of the benefit of these exercises, the control through the movements. One more time as we take it over the top of you, then we're going to raise it towards the ceiling again, and we're going to bend and straighten the top arm. So as we're doing this, you're focusing on that upper arm staying where it is. The elbow bending needs to be, functional. We don't want to start to bend the arm sideways and do all sorts of weird things that you can see happen often. So really, if it feels good, then you know it's probably doing what it's meant to be doing. And then resting yourself out from there. Well, I hope you enjoyed the series. Enjoy being on the surfaces, and remember, start low. Maybe don't have the weight, and don't be too hasty to try and make it a heavier weight than that. There's a lot of load that's coming in, and you want to make sure that you're protecting those shoulders. Anyway, see you in the next video.